Welcome to the 6th episode of Downtime Podcast, where two coworkers talk about video games. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Jeremy.
And we're live during lunch on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, work going up on a Friday.
Except not really.
Yeah.
So, first off, if you've been following this podcast since we began, the two of us are both playing Yakuza 0.
Hell yeah, we are.
We're still playing it.
Yes.
And at least for me, it's gone pretty crazy because now I've finished the first part of Majima's storyline.
Yeah, so you're back in Tokyo, right?
And I'm back in Tokyo.
Oh man.
And if you were listening from last week, I was kind of a little annoyed with Yakuza just because of all the dialogue. I'm at this point now where I've actually sort of changed my opinion about the dialogue, because now that I've gone through the Majima Makoto storyline, or at least began it, I realized like this is really important. And now that we're also getting more into the Kiryu Nishikiyama friendship as well, Majima's storyline is, you're right, it's way crazier than Kiryu's, at least more emotional.
Yeah, that's what I like about it too. It's because like I feel like Majima has like a lot of redeeming qualities about him, despite being like he messed up real bad, you know?
Yeah.
And he really wants to redeem himself in a way, but there's also something holding him back from that, and we don't know what that is yet.
I know. And I'm really excited to find out. Now I'm actually really upset that we jumped back to Kiryu. Well, at least for me, I got hella mad when we jumped back to Kiryu. It's like, no, I don't care about you right now.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
We basically ended this chapter.
Yep. And see, that's what makes me sad, is because we don't spend a lot of time with Majima at that point, and you become so attached to him.
Yeah,
well, at least I did. We both did, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That small segment, we're like, oh my God, this story is so good.
Yeah.
And then it's taken away from us, and we're like,
and
we have to go back to this guy.
It feels like The Walking Dead when we're actually at storylines where I care about the characters, and then all of a sudden we jump back to a different character, and like that storyline is like, what the hell am I watching? Like, but then just like some of these characters, I have no empathy towards, and
I don't care about you.
I don't give a shit about them. So it's really like, I'm at that stage right now where now I'm at the real estate game that you were talking about before.
Yep.
And it is fun. It's like, it's really cool. Like, I like how Kiryu has like a new outfit too. Yeah. And it's just, and you know, he looks definitely more fly and all of these different things with his flower, with his flower suit. But you know, at the same time, in the back of my head now, I'm like, fuck, I gotta finish these next chapters so I can go back to Majima.
Yeah, but I mean, the real estate game is not that bad either. It's actually pretty fun. Yeah, you make a lot of money.
No, I really like it. And it's really cool.
Oh yeah, but to be fair, between the two games that make you money, between Kiryu and Majima, I like Majima's game a lot more. The Cabaret Club. The Cabaret. It's you don't make as much money as Kiryu, but it's a lot more fun. Yeah. And so when you were doing the real estate game, did you have a lot of people helping you out? Like they were standing outside the door?
Yeah, actually. Okay, like good. You know what you were talking about, how like all the side missions that I've done in the past, like they've really helped me out.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's just a true testament to the actual Yakuza series as well. Yeah. Which I really like. Yeah.
Which I'm sure this is not the only Yakuza game where we'll have to like deal with a lot of dialogue.
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot of conversations like this.
Oh yeah, the new game coming out, Kiwami, also has a lot of dialogue, and Yakuza 6 is basically just a movie. So next year when we start playing that, it's just gonna be like a CG movie.
Oh, I know. Which, by the way, speaking of the CG, it's pretty well done. Like all the CG scenes when you're in the massage room with Makoto and Majima, and then I was actually like really impressed because, you know, you saw all of Majima's tattoos and like all these things. I was like, wow, this is like really nice.
Then when you zoom out to like where they're just the character models talking to each other, his tattoos on his back look like a JPEG. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go back to this. And then because like those scenes have the most dialogue, and the scenes with the nice cut scenes, they don't have as much dialogue.
They don't have as much dialogue.
Because I guess the budget went more towards the dialogue for the uncut scene versions.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the motion capture for this game was beautiful. Like,
oh, it's really nice.
It's nice.
Really well done.
For a game that was released in 2015, that got localized
now. Yeah, no, it was really like it was 2 years ago at this point. So.
I mean, yeah, no, seriously. Like, I think the first game came out in 2004. Yeah. So we've had a while, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
And since this is the zero version of it, like the prequel to everything, then we're not missing out because it's literally the very first game in the series, chronologically.
Oh, definitely.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, and then just for like our listeners who have been hearing us talk incessantly about this damn game.
Yep.
And but like, you know, we talk about this game, but we've never really like talked about the plot yet. Obviously for spoiler reasons, but now that the two of us are like really in the game, this game is basically the prequel is a redemption story of two people, Majima and Kiryu, trying to get back into the Yakuza after the two of them have been out in some manner.
Yeah, so, well, for Majima's story, he's definitely out, but Kiryu,
he
got himself out.
He got himself out.
Yeah, and then, he got himself out of the Yakuza, and because he was originally like a lieutenant or something in the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Not a lieutenant, he was like a private, or I don't know what the structure is, but he was a low, like, foot soldier in the Yakuza.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got ousted.
Exactly. But I definitely, like, everything that you've said in the past makes sense now. Like, Majima's story is definitely the more emotional one, the one that you feel more bad for. Kiryu's kind of just seems, like, Kiryu's, you know, like, I get it. It's still fun. I still care about Kiryu, but not to the extent that Majima's is, so.
Yeah, they're like two different action movies, if you think about it. I don't know. I can't pinpoint which action movies I would relate the two of them to. But do you think? What do you think? Do you think?
Oh my God.
So what would Majima's be? Because it's more emotionally driven.
So maybe Kiryu's is like a diehard.
He punches first, asks questions later.
Exactly. God, what would Majima be?
Yeah, that's a hard one because there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of character development with Majima.
Definitely. Oh my God, what if it's John Wick?
Oh, I could see that. Actually, yeah, because something gets taken, his eye gets taken away from him, and he goes on this like rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I could actually see that.
Yeah. What if it? Okay. So.
Because there's that guy in the club that's holding him back. You know, that old guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If that girl gets taken away from him, he's gonna go on like a freaking rampage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when you start running the cabaret club, let's talk about it because because I'm still running it, and all these games that we play, like the mini games in Yakuza, the real estate game and the cabaret club game, they can be played over and over and over again until you make tons of bank. And I'll give you a little hint. Kiryu is gonna make the most money in the entire game of the two characters.
That makes sense.
So there's gonna be a character that you'll meet eventually. Well, you have to find him first because he's a sub-story character. Where you can transfer money between the two cities. So just make bank with Kiryu and transfer it all, or like most of it, to Majima.
Oh, I can transfer money at some point. That's interesting.
I gave.
Wait a minute. So I thought the two characters are never gonna meet.
They're never gonna meet. As far as I understand, but you can transfer the money.
Oh, just like
a
game mechanic.
Yeah, so they'll say like, oh, there's a guy running a club in Sultanburi. Can you want to transfer money to him? You'll get some investment back.
All right,
and Kiryu's like, yeah, I'm investment. I'll do that. And you just transfer money.
Okay,
and then you'll meet a guy on the other end in Sultanburi. He's like, yeah, there's a guy running a real estate agency. You want to transfer money?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and so I just transferred like $2 billion yen to Majima
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because he needed it. Yeah. And you know, I've been beating up Mr. Shakedown.
Mr. Shakedown.
Yeah, in as Kiryu. So I made so much bank from that. I'm like. But as you progress through the game, you'll get more money.
Yeah,
and it becomes easier to get money.
That's what I envisioned. So.
But yeah, Yakuza is always fun to talk about. But I think we've drained that for now.
Yes.
Let's set that aside for a second.
Yes.
Talk about some other stuff.
So we're going to reminisce about two old games. Yeah. Now the first game we're talking about, Rock Band.
Oh wow.
And like, man, I forgot how much fun that game is. But I guess the context for me is I was always the guitar player whenever I played these games.
Yeah.
And for the like basically the first time I've played the drums. I played the drums and the Pro VO drums. And now it's like I'm back. Now it's like I'm back in this. And like I actually really want to like sort of progress with the drums and the pro drums. So
nice. Yeah. What are you playing it on? PlayStation 3? PlayStation 4?
I've been playing it on my friend's Xbox actually. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. And Rock Band is always like a solid party game as well.
I know.
It's one of those games where it's like you can't go wrong because everyone has there's several difficulty settings for each instrument, which is nice.
Yeah.
And you'll always play a song that you all can like and listen to and stuff.
I mean, unless you choose the devil symbols, then you know everyone's screwed.
I remember like back in the day, like it was Through the Fire and Flame by Dragon Force. That was like the hardest song that everyone tried to master.
Okay, do you remember that kid, like that YouTube video of the kid who had Through the Fire and Flames memorized on expert to the point that like when like someone recorded him playing it and I think he got like a perfect 100 And on top of that, like, there were points where he memorized all of the notes that he didn't even look at the screen.
Was it Freddie W?
I don't know. It could have been.
That's the only guy I know.
I don't remember his name anymore, but he was like this 8-year-old kid.
Never mind. It's not Freddie W, but yeah, okay.
He's probably 15 now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. What does he live up to now? He's like, yeah, I was super good at Through the Fire and Flames on Rock Band.
It's like, now I upgraded to actual instruments.
Yeah, like all that time spent playing that, you could have played real guitar.
I know. After playing the drums on Rock Band, for a good 5 minutes, I was seriously thinking, like, I wouldn't mind trying out the drums one day in my life, like actual, like real drums.
And then reality hits you, and then you realize that you suck at it. You're like, argh!
And then I realized it was not meant to be.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. Played Rock Band drums. I was like, oh, I wonder what real drums are like. I started playing real drums. I'm like, this is hard.
Well, the thing is, so with pro is completely different from the regular drums because the pro drums, you can actually technically plug in a real drum set.
Oh, I did not know that.
One day, whenever you get the chance, and you should actually try pro drums. If you can kind of envision it, like with if you're playing on regular drums, you're kind of on the same level, but like your hands will get tired and all of these different things. Whereas when you're playing with the pro drums, one hand will sometimes be like the leading hand is lower, and then like, you know, it's just like natural motion to kind of like stretch out your hands too and have them in like different positions. So it's actually like, it feels more natural playing pro drums than it does playing the regular drums.
Makes you wonder why they didn't put it in the original game.
I know. Well, they didn't think of that yet.
Oh, even though they based it off of a real drum set.
Yeah. It's like, it's funny because I'm uncovering all of these songs that I remember back then when I played it in like middle school and high school. That I just realizing like all these bands that still existed, like Avenged Sevenfold Avenged Sevenfold and like
they still play?
I don't know if they still exist.
They still exist.
I really don't.
Yeah.
But like all these different groups, I'm like, wow, I completely forgot that these people existed.
Remember that I have that realization too. Like, do you remember Evanescence?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, I don't know if they have a song in Rock Band, but I would really like to play that in Rock Band.
I'm pretty sure they have to. If they don't have it in the start, like in the pack, then you'd have to buy the song.
We should go to the Foundry and play it there.
Dude, I'm totally down for that.
I want to play like Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, like wake me up. I want to be that guy. Shout out to the Foundry.
Shout out to the Foundry.
If you're ever in the San Francisco Bay Area, check out the Foundry on Folsom Street. I forgot the address. It was like 8. You know what? Don't listen to me.
You know what? All of you listeners have the internet and can use Yelp.
Yeah, y'all got smartphones, you know. I didn't have a smartphone as my first phone. I'm pretty sure all of you guys had like iPhone 4S's or whatever as your first smartphones.
Oh my God.
Millennials. We're all millennials. But anyways, the Foundry.
By the way, we're technically not millennials, I think. No, I think we're technically Generation Y or some shit like that.
Jeez.
It's really technical. Anyways, I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that whenever how about never.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and explain what the Foundry is.
The Foundry is a video game bar in San Francisco, and they have different consoles with giant screens in front of them. So, for example, they plugged in a N64 to a projector, and they just project the screen on the wall, so you can play Mario Kart on a giant screen. And then they have tournaments every Thursday or Tuesday and Thursday. It's Street Fighter and Super Smash Bros. 4. And they have just a bunch of multiplayer games you can go there and play with your friends. They got drinks. They got food. It's basically a gamer's paradise if you're a social gamer. I don't know if introverted gamers would have fun there.
I think everyone can have fun there.
Oh, yeah.
They also have a nice IPA called Monkey Night Fight.
Oh, my God.
That one's pretty.
So good.
Not Night Fight, Knife Fight.
Yeah,
Monkey Knife Fight.
It's a great name, and it's also a great beer.
Yeah.
It's like my go-to beer. Whenever I go there, that's like one of the only things I order.
I'm not a huge fan of IPAs, but this one's okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's so just check it out if you guys are ever in this area.
I know. And you can also like play board games. And every time I've gone there, people are always talking to you.
They're very friendly.
Yeah, like everyone's really friendly when you go there.
Also, they have beer pong.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out whenever you're in the San Francisco area. So.
No, it's just a great venue just to hang out and have drinks and play video games.
Definitely. Although, if you correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremy, it's only open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Every other day, it's a sports bar, from what I'm told.
Yeah.
But those days, this company called, I forgot the name of it, but they rent it out and then they provide all the consoles and stuff.
For sure.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I guess before we go on to our next topic, have you ever played the Rock Band VR?
I have not.
Okay.
I didn't know that existed.
I didn't know it existed either until yesterday because I was looking up random Rock Band stuff and then I found out that there was a VR for it.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, but I don't know what it entails, so I don't even know if you're using like an actual like controller instruments for it.
Yeah, because I know there's a Rock Band where you use an actual guitar to play.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is the same one.
Yeah, me neither.
But maybe we'll look into it and talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it next week. For the next game we want to talk about,
Minecraft.
Yes.
Which is a game every 12-year-old has on their phone, on their computer.
It's a game that I feel like everyone has on their phone and computer and different platforms.
It's very accessible. So when did you start playing Minecraft?
I feel like I started playing Minecraft in, oh, Jesus Christ. I played Minecraft starting in 2011. I
was probably a year after you, 2012.
Okay.
That's when I started playing.
I think it was 2011. I discovered it. So I'm not going to talk about the other game, but I discovered Minecraft and Terraria at the same time.
Gotcha.
Like I discovered their existence at the same time. And if you think about it, the concepts of each game are kind of the same. It's just like a different way it's presented. Like obviously Minecraft's in more like pixelated square form. Mm-hmm. And then Terraria is more like looks like a platformer a bit. Mm-hmm. In 2011, I discovered the game. I initially didn't play it, but my coworker actually gave me his credentials.
Okay.
To kind of like have my own save.
Oh, nice.
So that's how I started playing it.
Cool.
And at first, it's not like I didn't like it, but I didn't get it. I didn't understand the fun of it because I'm like, okay, this isn't cool. Like, how come my coworker has all of this cool shit and I have like a wooden hammer and all of these things? And then I discovered mining, and then my life changed forever. And then it became my favorite game for a while.
Yeah.
How about you? When did you start playing it?
2012. My cousin had it on the Xbox 360. Is that when it came out on 360?
Maybe. I've only played it on PC.
Yeah. So I started playing. I knew about it. I was aware of it. But my cousin had it on Xbox 360, and he had 4 controllers. Yeah. And so then we would all just get together and play and like build a city together. Yeah. We'd mine resources and just try to survive, and that was always fun. And so it got to the point where my brother and I were like, well, we kind of really like playing this with them, but we also want to play it on our own. Oh. And we didn't have an Xbox. Obviously, it was a PC first game, so we bought it on PC. Yeah. And then we.
It's not that big of a file either.
It's only like 26 megs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really small.
It's amazing.
And we started playing it, and then we found out that we could do online servers.
Yes.
So this is where it gets interesting because we were trying to look up we had this like website. We were trying to look up the best server to join that had not that many people but was still a friendly community.
What server did I end up joining?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So we joined this server called New Heights. And it was cool because it was a floating world. Like they lifted up several islands off the ground and had them float in the air. Yeah. And it was cool because we really liked that concept from like Bioshock Infinite because of the city of Columbia. So we thought that was kind of cool that there was a floating city in Minecraft. It wasn't Columbia, but it was like you can get your own island in the air, and then you can build whatever you want on it. And that was your plot of land, and you don't have to pay for anything, and all the mods are nice. So this is where the drama started happening.
Oh, Jesus.
My brother and I built like our own like houses and stuff on our islands, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna migrate servers and we're gonna change everything how it looks. And they're like, okay, you can only save 1 building from your plot of land.
Really?
Yeah. And so my brother and I were like, damn. So what I built this giant like pagoda that looks like something from Kyoto in Japan. Yeah. And then I was like, please let me just save this. This is the only thing I want, and just transfer it over to the new server. And they did, thankfully. So we all got our new plots of lands, but they were smaller than what they actually were before, and we were kind of complaining about that. Huh. And so the more people that joined on the server over time, the more complaints that were brought upon the mods because they were enforcing too many rules, and there were just too many things happening on the server where the original mod of the server was like, all right, guys, I'm going to shut it down.
I don't remember what server I ended up using whenever I played it with friends anymore. But that's okay. Yeah. During my peak of being obsessed with Minecraft, which was I think 2012, 2013. I was really obsessed with building building a town when I really got into it. It took a while because like building as well as these goddamn what's the green thing called?
The creepers?
The creepers. There you go. The goddamn creepers blew up my shit and
blew up my shit.
I didn't base my town off of anything. It was more just coming off the top of my head, which is I think what's really cool about Minecraft. You can like do whatever you want with this game. If you really want to, you can actually do the I say storyline in quotes because it's not really a storyline, but basically go to the end and then defeat that dragon thing.
Yep.
And then that's the only way you can actually get the credits, right? Of the game.
That's the end game.
Yeah, that's the end game. Or you can just like not care about that and do whatever the hell you want.
Oh yeah, it's always fun like trying like exploring, like not even using the crafting menu and like seeing what two things work together.
Yeah.
And that's how Breath of the Wild is. That's why I think they kind of like got that idea from Nintendo, from Mojang, is like you could in Minecraft you could put together whatever you wanted and just try to see if it worked out. And I thought that was a cool concept.
How much money did Mojang get when Microsoft bought the game off?
Oh god, it was like something in the billions.
I know.
It was double billions or single billions, I forgot.
I forgot the article I read, but after that happened, the creator of Minecraft like apparently bought some house in Malibu or something.
Yeah, Marcus Person. He just lives there now.
Now does he even do anything? I don't even.
He like helps fund indie games. But he doesn't. He's not working with Mojang anymore. He just. He just lives in Malibu and like executive produces games and movies and stuff, which they're making a Minecraft movie about soon.
Interesting. I don't know what that would actually entail. If a Minecraft movie would be kind of like Lego Movie-esque. It's very meta in a way. Or if the Minecraft movie is going to be just like the actual square people in the world.
So. I wonder how that's going to be, because they had like Minecraft story mode. Remember that game from Telltale Games? It came out. So maybe it'll be like that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's first of all. So let me ask you this question. Do you know what the Farlands are in Minecraft?
The Farlands? I've never heard of that before.
So the Farlands are, you know how Minecraft is like an infinitely generated world?
Yes.
The Farlands are a space that is so far away from 0.00 in the map that the textures and all the like the terrain start to become warped. And so
I've never reached the state before.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't do it without teleporting or walking there.
Okay.
And so it's 36 million blocks away or 38 million blocks away from the original point where you spawn in the map.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's so far. And so it became like this tale of myth and legend before between like Minecraft forums and stuff. And there's this guy on YouTube, and his channel's called Farlands or Bust. And what he's doing, he's walking from 0.0 to the Farlands.
Oh, I just Googled it, and that's actually one of the first images on Google Images.
So he's been doing it for several years now, and he's only like 25% of the way there.
Wow.
He makes a video every day, and he posts and he uploads it every day. And he has a wolf companion. And they've been together for a very, very long time because they've been doing this for so long, and he's been raising money for charity. So far, he's made like $400,000 for charity.
Wow.
Yeah, just by walking to the Farlands.
Wow.
And so I think his end goal is to get there, but he's been doing it since like 2012 or 13 or something.
So it might take like another.
I don't even know. He's only 25% of the way, so he might be there in like 16 years or less.
It's like One Piece. It's never gonna end.
They're never gonna find the treasure of One Piece.
I know.
They're just gonna always be on the Grand Line.
I know. I'm looking at these pictures, and it's basically just like a lot of canyons and random shit in the air.
So it's 36 or 38 million blocks away from the origin point, 0, wherever you spawn when you first start a new game. So
interesting. This is cool. I never heard of the Farlands before.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting to like look up, since you and I have been playing Minecraft for a little bit. I'm not into it anymore as much as I used to be.
It's been a really long time since I've played Minecraft, but
Same.
Definitely brought a lot of good memories when I played it. There's like this span, because there was a span in 2013 when I had an internship, but I was living by myself for a while, and so when I went home, I didn't really have like anyone to hang out with or talk to, so I basically like helped me out through the internship. So what I like about Minecraft is just how they kept updating it with all, when I played it, they kept updating it with all different kinds of things. Like when I first started, no horses existed, for example. And then now like horses are just like a common thing. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then of course you can just mod the game whenever you want. Yep. I've actually never modded it though.
Same.
I was pretty satisfied with what I had. So
there are some games I like to mod like, infinitely. Like I'll talk about this in another podcast. Maybe we should do a podcast on modding.
On
Maybe
modding?
That'll be the next one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
I modded the shit out of Morrowind, Elder Scrolls Morrowind, and Oblivion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we could talk about that.
I'm down
at some point.
Yeah. I've never really played Morrowind, but I know about Oblivion.
Yeah.
And
also,
of course, like, you know, the whole Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah, totally. Also, we could maybe talk about modded maps we played for games. So, for example, Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
I played a lot of modded maps in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a podcast dedicated to mods. So
yeah, let's do it.
I don't have anything else to talk about, Jeremy?
Nope.
All right. So thank you for listening to the 6th episode of Downtime Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
See ya. Thank you.